Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we can have a look at the latest from the live radar from the UKV, have a look at the precipitation and the temperature over the next 5 days. It's remaining very unsettled with the winds veering more from a westerly over the next few days. As soon as we head into November, pretty much on the 1st of November, it's going to be turning cooler, temperatures back towards average if not slightly below average, and more wind and rain coming in from the west. We'll also have a look at the mid to longer range, look at the GFS, GEM, ECMWF and the ensembles, which have been hinting at a bit of blocking over the course of the next few weeks. Today though, they're very much more on a westerly sort of theme, a lot more strength within the westerly zonal flow. Again, still some spread within the ensemble members and the operational models about the exact wind direction and exact air mass is pushing in, but it's all roughly coming from the west, whether southwesterly to northwesterly. So nothing crazy mild, nothing crazy cold, sort of in the middle, around average, and very unsettled as well. So do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in the description. So if we do start on the live radar, you can see that we do have plenty of showers pushing in at the moment, especially in the west with more of a southerly flow, and you can see a few of these heavier showers there across parts of Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, and again some moving into Scotland, and a few across parts of West Midlands, central southern England as well. And again, the east is escaping most of these showers, but they will not be escaping it over the next sort of week or so. The wind veering more from west to east, it will mean there'll be more showers pushing in and more bouts of precipitation, whereas at the moment with the southerly wind we've been having, it's mainly been in the west. Now, I'm recording this around 5 p.m. If we put on the 2-meter temperatures, you can see it's another very warm day. 20 degree plus has been seen once again today, 20, 21 degrees, maybe even peaking at 22. I had to look at the observations later, but again, very warm day, especially for this time of year, a good 5 to 10 degrees above average than what we'd expect, and it's across this whole central and eastern England where we're avoiding the showers and the cloud, but also still within the quite warm air mass. But it is getting swept away come November, and we will be going into a cooler, fresher air mass. If we now head over to the UKV and have a look at the precipitation and the temperature over the next 5 days, you can see all these showers in the west over the course of this evening. There'll be some showers pushing northwards, but it should turn largely drier. And as we head into tomorrow, you see more showers approach in the west. Could push eastwards through the afternoon, so could see some heavier showers even in the south and the east of most of the United Kingdom. Or most of England, that is, and you can see into Sunday evening and Monday as well. We do go briefly drier for a weather front pushes in, and you can see it's coming from a westerly direction, and that's because through Halloween we're going to be seeing a temperature change, air mass change, wind direction pushing in from the west, much cooler, and look at that widespread rain as well. And as we head through the rest of the week, you can see a lot of showers pushing in from the west, giving widespread precipitation, not just in the west. Yes, predominantly because that is close, of course, to the Atlantic, the source of moisture, but it is generally pushing through all areas. You can see a little bit of a frontal wave there, potentially through Wednesday, which could produce a lot of rain over a prolonged period of time, where we see a wavy weather front. That is something to keep an eye on. Nothing to sustain there. And again, it is only one model 4 or 5 days away, but if we did see this sort of frontal wave pattern appearing with very heavy rain sort of stalling along a line, then we could be into some trouble, but we'll have to see what happens with that. So if you do look at the max temperatures and have a look at this afternoon, you can see around 20 degrees again peaked today, and if we do head to tomorrow's temperatures, you can see temperatures once again will be rising to the mid to high teens, maybe only 17 or 18 degrees for the peak as it is slowly cooling down. For Halloween on Monday, you can see it is going to be a relatively mild day still, 15 to 17 degrees in the east, and overnight into the evening it's not going to be too cold at all, especially across England and Wales. So if you are out trick-or-treating, it's not going to be too bad at all, it'll actually be quite mild. Into Tuesday, again in the afternoon, cooling down significantly, only 13 to 15, and again if you head towards Wednesday as well, you can see it is cooler as well, widely 13 to 15, so a good 5 degree temperature drop, and it will be slowly decreasing as well. Of course, ahead of the weather fronts, look at the upper air temperatures, we do have a wedge of slightly milder, or if not warmer air there ahead of the weather front, but much cooler air is digging in behind it, so temporarily it could be a little bit milder there in the south and the east. That is just though ahead of the weather front, of course will be cooled down by any cloud and rain. Now if you go over to the GFS and see what that is showing over the next couple of weeks, again you can see the southerly flow at the moment, but the wind veers more from a westerly direction over the next few days into the middle of the week, and big low pressures pushing in, giving us very unsettled, maybe even stormy conditions, with those low pressures riding along the jets. Now, the jet stream here is slightly further northwards than we anticipated yesterday, so it means perhaps slightly milder in the south, especially towards the middle of the month. But it could be very stormy in the north if the jet stream is slightly further southwards. The centre of the lows, which are over Iceland, would be across Scotland, and we'd be seeing a lot more windy, very unsettled conditions. So it is something to keep an eye on over the next couple of weeks. But for the time being, this GFS run today looking very, very unsettled, very westerly dominated, at least for the first half of November. But as we've seen over the last few days, the models are very volatile at the moment, as we've got many different climate drivers coming into their own, and we'll just have to see exactly what does happen over the next couple of weeks. If we do go over to the GEM, see how that does compare over the next 10 days. Again, if we do run through, you can see again a westerly flow at the moment, generally remaining very unsettled through this week, potentially towards day 10 a bit of a northerly flow, a bit more of an amplification of jet stream pushed slightly further southwards, and it could mean that colder air does push in for a time. Nothing crazy cold because it's the start of November, but by day 10 it could be quite chilly there. Again, we'll have to see exactly what happens with that. But yeah, very, very interesting again that it is showing generally a west to more northwesterly flow this today, but still westerly dominated, very unsettled, but perhaps on the cooler side than what we'd expect. But still, yeah, very unsettled. That's the one consistent theme that we have seen over the last few days. Whether the air mass is colder, warmer, or generally around average, it's going to be very unsettled, with very, very few signs of high pressure sitting anywhere near the UK, at least near enough to us to give us settled weather. If we go over to the ECMWF and compare that, again, a westerly flow pushing in later this week or this coming week, and then would generally remain very westerly. This is more of just a flat westerly, not really southwesterly, not really northwesterly, but very flat westerly and very unsettled. Look at all that cold air pooling out of Greenland, milder air getting picked up ahead of the low in the mid-Atlantic, and that would, as I said, bring very, very unsettled conditions spiralling in. So yeah, very interesting seeing that today. All three runs though very unsettled, slightly different air masses, but remaining with that windy and rainy theme. And if we do finish the video, have a look at the ensembles. These are the latest GFS ensembles, and you can see they are, again, very unsettled. You can see a lot of precipitation spikes, quite up and down with the temperatures, but in the longer term, very much more towards average. For the first week of November, beyond that maybe more above average, but again that's in a very volatile time frame, so it could change quite a bit there. But as I said, the one consisting is it's going to be very unsettled. And again, look at the 2 meter temperatures, big step change. You see 20 degrees today, but dropping down towards mid to low teens over the next couple of weeks. And if we do compare it to the ECMWF ensemble members, again the midnight run has not fully come out, so I have to look at the midday run, and again warming the next day or two, generally towards average for the foreseeable future, but remaining very unsettled. So yeah, looking interesting over the next couple of weeks, looking much more autumnal. The very warm, abnormally warm conditions we do have around at the moment is going to dissipate, and we're going to be heading back towards average, maybe slightly below average, but it's going to remain very unsettled, perhaps more widespread unsettled, with a west to east wind. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.